Hey, welcome back, anyone who's following along. Well, this morning I recorded a very awesome early morning video, but it turned out that my iPhone microphone that I bought on a Cyber Monday sale, it was not working so well. So I'm going to be showing a little video here right in the background of this morning. I ended up taking some readings of mine, my blood sugar level, also my ketones reading as well, around 36 hours into the fast. Right now, I've been fasting for just about actually 45 hours, 32 minutes. And once again, no one should ever attempt any type of long or any type of fasting without consulting your medical team, especially if you're under the care of a nutritionist, dietitian. And for me, I am in a very healthy state. So otherwise, I would not be doing this at all. And I'm doing this definitely for religious reasons. Obviously, you don't have to fast this long to treat polycystic kidney disease. If you saw yesterday's video, we basically pretty much covered dietary ketosis, or rather being in a fat burning state, and how just really changing your diet around, you don't really have to do that much fasting to achieve those results. FYI, I actually, on a daily basis, only do 14 hours of intermittent fasting. Some people do a lot more. Some people go to 18. Some people go 19. For me, I found that my sweet spot is 14. Some people only go to 12, and some people don't really even do it as well. The whole purpose and goal is to really just put your body into a fat burning state, make your body run on ketones, or rather force your body to not burn carbohydrates and also sugar. The way you do that is you really cut out all the redefined carbs, cut out all the sugar, keep your net carbs extremely low. You got to find your sweet spot. Some people need to go down to 30 grams a day. We'll talk a little more about that here, but otherwise, yeah, I had a video today, but the audio was just all messed up, kind of a little depressing. I'm going to take my readings really quickly, though, but I just want to say, for anyone who has donated to the fundraiser so far, thank you so much, and God bless. So much support, and we're getting close to the halfway mark, which I mean, honestly, I've asked a lot of you all what incentives you would like to see, and no one has really came back with any incentives. I think you all are kind of thinking that I'm in pain and agony for not eating food over the next couple days. To be honest, I feel pretty good. The only pain I have right now is some caffeine withdrawals, because normally I don't drink coffee when I go into a fasting state, like a long fasting state, but I kind of broke that. This morning I did have just black coffee, 12 ounces, and I just have so much messages and comments to respond to on pretty much every platform, so needed a little extra kick. But otherwise, vitals are good. Blood pressure is really good. I feel amazing. I'm not nauseous. I'm not lightheaded. Getting enough sodium, water, everything's good. And let's go ahead and take some readings really quick, because I'm kind of really curious to see what my blood sugar level is right now, almost being in a fasting state for 2 days, not to mention my ketone level as well. And once again, and I'm going to keep harping on this, I have experience in this field. Please always consult your medical team before ever trying something like this. I'm a marketer. I'm not a medical professional. I can give you great marketing advice, and we're actually going to do some shopping on Tuesday at a couple grocery stores. So I guess right now I'm experiencing a slew of audio problems and technical issues. I just got done recording this and I checked the audio. Thankfully I did, and for some reason the audio did not record at all. So right now, just talking over this video clip and pretty much showing the readings I got this morning of 71 glucose, 1.9 ketones. And like I said in yesterday's previous video, not to mention I just took my glucose reading, which is 84, and I've been fasting for 45 hours, 41 minutes, and I'm going to be taking my ketone reading here momentarily. Quite a few of you all are asking, well, how do you know if I'm fasting or not and not sneaking in some food? If you consume food, your ketone level goes down. It can go to 0.1. So obviously, by me consuming no food, my ketones are going to go up significantly. And once again, you don't have to do this to be in a state of dietary ketosis to treat polycystic kidney disease. Believe it or not, on a daily basis, I only do intermittent fasting for 14 hours out of the day. Some people do 16, some people do 12, some people go down even, lower and stuff. But for me, my sweet spot is 14. I'm doing this for religious purposes, and I do have experience in this field of fasting. Not to mention I'm in a good state of health. Okay, I have quadruple checked the audio, so I think everything's good now. I do want to make this video relatively shorter than yesterday. Thank you so much for everyone that stuck around for yesterday's long video. Okay, really quick, want to go over some stuff, and I'm going to be diving into how I use the dietary intervention to really treat PKD. And right now, it seems to be working for me. There could be a time down the road that it doesn't work for me anymore. There are people out there that, unfortunately, the dietary approach doesn't work for them. And it's either one of those things where it works for you or it doesn't. But like I said, the purpose of this fundraiser and awareness is to spread awareness that there could be a dietary intervention that may or may not work for you. Unfortunately, a lot of people just don't know about a dietary intervention. And to be honest, 7-8 months ago, I didn't even know about a dietary intervention at all. 7-8 months ago, if you told me that you could treat potentially chronic diseases with diet with a certain type of diet as your medicine, I would probably be laughing at you with a beer in my hand. Well, now I'm pretty much advocating for the opposite. But polycystic kidney disease has inflammatory components. So if you're consuming a ton of inflammatory type foods, where I was consuming a boatload of inflammatory type foods, and it very well makes PKD significantly worse. But long story short, 7.5 months ago, my doctor wanted me to go on blood pressure medication, and I'm just really not one for medication. I've always been, if I don't need to take medication, I'm going to do everything not to. And down the road someday, I'm probably going to have to take blood pressure medication. But I asked her straight up, I'm like, hey, am I going to die if I don't take this blood pressure medication with these readings that I'm currently getting? Not to mention at my doctor's office, I do have a lot of white coat syndrome. So my readings at my doctor's office was typically around like 140 over like mid-90s. And at the time, I was 35 years old. However, I wasn't exercising at the time. I ended up stopped for about 2.5 years. And I said, hey, I'm going to try to really exercise again, see if that makes a difference. I'm going to try to maybe change some stuff up in my dietary. Is anything bad going to happen to me? Like, am I going to drop dead of a stroke if I don't take this? And the short answer that I got from my doctor was no. But, obviously these readings are definitely not normal. But what ended up happening is I changed my diet. I went on a keto diet. And just in a matter of a short period of time, I noticed that my readings got significantly better with exercising, completely cutting out sugar, 90% of my carbs. And by just literally a short while, well, actually a couple days after doctor's appointment, it wasn't really the best. Let's see, end of May, May 26th, I started seeing a lot of low numbers. So that was probably about after 5 days of pretty much shell shocking my system with low carb, Pretty much, it's very low carbohydrates. And within a matter of 1 week, my blood pressure significantly came down. Now, during that 1 week of cutting out basically sugar and going on a keto diet, I decreased my sugar intake by 90%, was consuming between 250 to 350 grams a day. Now I just take in all natural sugar, which is around 25 grams a day. But in the 1 week of really shell shocking my system, I started noticing a big improvement. By 2 weeks, I was still getting some high readings, but nowhere close to what I was getting. And then fast forward now to October, pretty much, I mean, my blood pressure, I am a very anxious person. So I see a lot of like significantly sometimes like spikes and stuff. But overall, I mean, I took my blood pressure down significantly. And I got this reading last week before going to my doctor's office in the morning. But I'm a very anxious human being. The slightest thing can go ahead and fluctuate my blood pressure up and down. That I've learned. I focus more so now on staying in dietary ketosis, and also I focus on my ketone level. I focus on my blood sugar level, if anything. But for me, going on a keto diet improved my blood pressure. And right now, I'm not on any type of medication. Like I said, there's a very good chance down the road that I'm probably going to end up. But right now, I'm pretty much riding the wave as much as I can. And if you are out there with possibly hypertension, definitely talk to your medical team about maybe potentially doing a dietary approach, because just changing your diet around could significantly benefit your could benefit every aspect of your life. The first video that I actually saw back in May was actually how to lower your blood pressure naturally by cutting out sugar. And Dr. Berg basically talks about a keto diet. How going on a keto diet can lower your blood sugar level, which in theory should lower your blood pressure overall. And if the link will be down below to this video as well. Like I said, if you do check out any of the videos I'm recommending, definitely say NightmareRH sent you. And Dr. Berg, if you're watching this video pretty much saved my life, I believe, because on the recommended tab of this video, I got Dr. Berg's polycystic kidney video, how to treat polycystic kidney disease, Dr. Barry's video, then went to the Kidney Nutritional Institute, which is the course that I just went through for 3 months with the Renew program. And once again, this is the course that I just went through for the last 3 months, and I saw amazing results, and I learned my body for the first time ever in 36 years. But purpose about spreading awareness about the dietary intervention. If you know anyone now or in the future, maybe if you bump into anyone with polycystic kidney disease or chronic kidney disease, definitely make them aware that, hey, there is a course ran by the Kidney Nutrition Institute that focuses on a dietary approach to battling polycystic kidney disease and also chronic kidney disease as well. Part of me wishes I can actually return to my old diet, because it consisted of a lot of pizza, pasta, ice cream, beer, a lot of fun things, right? I'm on a website called Chronometer. I use this to track my daily metrics, such as like food intake, what my protein, net carbs, and also fat is, along with other things as well. I am not here to push any type of specific diet. By all means, I have a lot of libertarian core principles. You do you and whatever makes you happy. But I am here to spread awareness that I changed this aspect of my life, and I'm seeing amazing results right now. But yes, my old diet with no exercise consisted of very low protein, high net carbs. This is just a typical day, but on average, probably between 4 to maybe like 600-700, especially if I eat a lot of pasta and pizza. Low amounts of fat, definitely not a ketogenic diet. Magnesium was just like, I had a magnesium deficiency, not even realizing about it. Just taking magnesium now, my body just feels so much better. And the vast majority of people do have a magnesium deficiency, but high amount of net carbs, high amount of sugar, even though I was really consuming probably a lot less than the average person here in America actually does and stuff, but I still ramped up my sugar significantly, and sugar is definitely a very bad component to polycystic kidney disease. Dr. Wimes is really going to be going over a lot more of that in detail with his research. But this was what my old diet consisted of. Yes, Modelo beers. A lot of them, a lot of Modelo beers. Now my diet primarily is pretty much the opposite. So sodium has definitely dropped by 100%. That's a big one. Net carbs, I mean, honestly, there's some days where I go slightly above 45, but for me, since I've been on a straight keto diet for over 4 months now, it's, you know, some people need a lot lower. For me, I'm still in dietary ketosis, but pretty much reversed my diet. High amount of protein, high amount of fat, lower amount of carbs. Sugar intake has gone down drastically by 90%. And that pretty much brings me up to my next point here of what I know probably a lot of you all are waiting for, especially in this video, is essentially what I did besides change my diet, because there's really 7 key things that I did in the last 7.5 months. Firstly, big component that I did was I started exercising again. I actually suffered a very bad injury. I had a bilateral knee injury back in April of 2021. I was actually stationed in Germany on active duty with the United States Marine Corps, and it was a detrimental career-ending injury. Had to go on a medical retirement board, and that concluded for me November of 2022. But since May of since April of 2021 up until May of this year, so you're talking wow, it's actually a lot longer than I actually think. You're talking years of no exercising. And at the time when I got injured, I believe I was May 33. So all throughout my adult life, I was exercising. I was a runaholic. I used to run during the winter months between 20 to 30 miles. And in the summer months, I would run between 30 to 40 miles per week. A lot of people never believed me on that, especially some of my doctors. But I actually set off some red flags once at my old doctor's office because I went in for a physical and my resting heart rate was 48 beats per minute. I had people running over to me saying, "Hey, how do you feel?" I feel pretty good and natural. My doctor came in and said, "Hey, what did you do yesterday?" "Oh, I ran 10 miles. Very, very big runner. Very, very big into heavy lifting. I used to go to the gym for like 2 hours out of the day. So my diet all throughout my 20s and before I got injured, yes, it was very high in carbohydrates, but I was exercising so much that my body just was burning off all this, you know, nonsense I would take in. Pretty much was a athlete. Probably actually was in better shape than some athletes. I don't do anything crazy now. I'm personally a disabled veteran. I have tons of orthopedical issues. I can't be running up hills. I can't be running. My knees would never allow it. But I'm in my living room lifting dumbbells, doing calisthenics, building up a sweat by different cardio exercises, and I'm exercising 5 to 6 times per week for about an hour, and that significantly reduced my blood pressure, and also has helped me stay in dietary ketosis. Another thing I did was reduce sodium intake by 100%. depending what I'm doing, if I'm doing a high intense cardio workout, I'll ramp up my sodium level to maybe like 3,400 mg. But I mean, you're talking on my old diet here. I was doing no exercising. I was double. So obviously taking less sodium. I was also eating a lot of soups as well. I had like a soup a day for lunch, which is not the best thing on the planet for reducing sodium. So sodium intake, I reduced by 100%. That's probably also, yeah, I mean, you can make the argument. Maybe it's not the exercising, maybe it's the sodium, decrease. I reduced sugar by 90% and carbohydrates by 90% as well. Now you can go ahead and combine a lot of these things into just one. Like, if you want to sum up what I did, I pretty much went on a kidney-friendly, ketogenic diet with exercise. However, it's very important to see the breakdown of my Lucky 7 because I really do feel that all these things contributed to the amazing results that I got in the last couple months. So, reduce sugar 90%, carbohydrates by 90%. And you can say, well, that's going on a keto diet. Believe it or not, there's people who do that, but they don't stick strictly to a keto diet. They may only do reduce sugar, reduce carbs for like maybe 4 days out of the week, and you never really get into a dietary ketosis state. You can look this up, and please, I encourage everyone to fact check everything that I'm saying. To actually get into a dietary ketogenic type of state, it can very well take, if you've never done it, it could take a couple weeks. It could take maybe a matter of 4 to 5 days. So if you're only doing a keto diet for 4 days out of the week and then eat a bunch of, carbs, like a obsessive amount, you're probably never going to be in a fat burning state. But number 4, obviously with the course that I went through, kidney-friendly keto diet. This is really big. For the last 4 months of my life, I have hand-prepared every single meal. I've actually haven't been to a restaurant in 4 months now. I said to myself, I'm going through a course. I'm going to give it 110%, which I did. My dietitian, nutritionist that I've been working with for the last 3-4 months, she even said to me, she's like, you should really, try a cheat day. And I'm like, Christmas Eve is going to be my cheat day for some pasta and also probably some apple pie. But I stayed focused and I hand prepared each meal. Restaurants, they sneak in so much BS, it's not even funny. So I really do feel that hand preparing all of my meals, yes, it is definitely obsessive. You can argue, but I wanted results and I got them. Am I going to continue for the rest of my life hand preparing all my meals? Hell no. I would like to definitely have some nachos at a bar for a cheat day. Trust me. And I am well long overdue. Supplements, magnesium, potassium. It's pretty much just changed my life on how taking magnesium has really just improved my life. And with that for supplements, tomorrow we're going to be talking a lot about this, but Keto Citra, this is what was designed by Dr. Wimes' lab at Santa Barbara Nutrients, and it's specifically designed for people with polycystic kidney disease. Now, there's no drugs in here. It's just primarily potassium, calcium, magnesium, citrate, and a BHB ketone supplement, which your body produces natural ketones, but this is like an added thing in there. And tomorrow, Dr. Wimes is going to go into why citrate, which is also essentially comes from lemons, so you can just make some, chop up a fresh lemon, make some lemon water. This is really all natural, and this is primarily designed. But obviously, if you don't have PKD and you just take supplements such as magnesium, which, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I would definitely recommend that you check your magnesium level, because magnesium is just so important. Absolutely so important for every person to have. So supplements have definitely improved my life entirely. Now, the last one, and this is very big, I removed 95% of seed oils from my diet. And this is something that really is debatable, because there is a debate going on about seed oils on if they're beneficial. And if I really had to gamble which one contributed the most to my success, believe it or not, I believe it's number 7. And I don't know. I mean, that's my own opinion. That's what I believe. And here is why. My biggest component is basically turning everything that could or might be inflammatory into a anti-inflammatory state. And for me, avocado oil, olive oil, it's definitely working better, and I'm just reaping the benefits. But essentially, when it comes down to it, that's what I've done in the last 4 months of my life. Even though 7 months of my life has been a utter life changer. But like I said, 7 months ago when I got that MRI and my entire life pretty much changed, the first thing that I essentially did was exercising, reduce sodium. And then about for the last 4 months, that's when I've really started hand preparing all my meals, supplements in the last 4 months too, because I didn't start taking supplements after my MRIs, removed 95% of seed oils, and strictly on a kidney friendly ketogenic diet. But before you ever attempt any of this, you always got to do your due diligence, because there are people with polycystic kidney disease that I've seen their posts online, and they've said that, hey, a keto diet actually hurt them more. So the last thing you want to do is actually hurt yourself when you're trying to do something good. That is why that I signed up for the 3-month Kidney Nutrition Institute course, because I'm like, hey, I am a businessman. I am not a, I need help. Please help me, Lord. And help was thrown my way. I'm going to wrap up this video here. Tomorrow is Monday, or at least I believe tomorrow is Monday. Yep, tomorrow is Monday. We got Dr. Wimes on for an interview. Like I said, if you are contributing to the fundraiser, thank you so much. It really does mean the world. And please make sure you do your due diligence and just look up every single thing that I'm talking about. And you got to also remember that I might be in a different state of health than you. If you have polycystic kidney disease, your kidney function might be lower than mine. Obviously, if my kidney function was really low, I would not be consuming a lot of the foods that I am right now. So that's something to take in consideration too. But hope everyone has a great night. I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch to spread some awareness there, play some video games, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a new video. Take it easy, everyone.